What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com, testosterone. I am oozing with testosterone. However, in full disclosure, I am on hormone replacement therapy. I'll link my doctor down below, but still, information is information. And we need to know ways that we can not only maximize our lives, but in turn, and this goes hand in hand, maximize our testosterone. Better testosterone in most cases up to a point, especially speaking on a natural or endogenous level, the better your performance, the better your life, the better you're on the boing. You know what I'm saying? So looking at this, all of these habits that I'm going to tell you about, all of these habits will not only improve your testosterone, they will improve your life. Because this channel is not just about getting huge and jacked. It's about getting healthy. And huge and jacked is just a side effect of living your best life ever. That's what we're about here. That's what we're about. So what are the top 3 unintentional ways that men can lower their testosterone levels? And there's going to be subs to these, right? There could be number 1, but there could be 2 or 3 bullet points underneath it. Number 1 is poor dietary habits. What does that mean? Well, let's go into one of those poor dietary habits, and that's alcohol consumption. If you consume any alcohol, it's bad. Excessive alcohol is exceptionally bad. So I can see someone drinking 1 or 2 beers a week, maybe one of those White Claws that them women like. I don't know, right? But drinking excessively will indeed lower your testosterone. Chronic heavy drinking has been linked to decreased testosterone levels. So alcohol disrupts the signals in the brain that regulate testosterone production and release. While moderate drinking, like I said before, might not have that effect, excessive and regular consumption can definitely play a role in lowering your testosterone. Another one is something that, not as much, but it's overall diet. And that's consuming too much sugar in lieu of other macronutrients. Notice I didn't say just consume too much sugar, because what is too much sugar? We don't have a definition of that, right? So if you consume a large amount of sugar and don't consume the other macronutrients, let's say in lieu of protein, that can lead to insulin resistance, which that in and of itself can be, a cause or, some kind of a factor in lower testosterone. Studies have shown, there's actually a study, someone consumed a glucose drink, right? The subject consumed it. Testosterone levels dropped by as much as 25%. So again, I'm not saying that sugar is bad. We all like some sugar once in a while. We all like to have some of those runts. Y'all know those nerds, runts, sour. What are those? Sour Patch Kids. But don't overdo it, right? It's an acute drop. Again, that 25% drop in testosterone wasn't over the course of a week. It was acute. But again, that adds up. Overconsumption of processed foods. So ultra-processed foods not only make you fat, they make you stupid. I've done other videos about that. So diets high in processed foods, especially those that contain trans fats, can decrease testosterone, lead to weight gain, and it makes you fat. And being fat also lowers your testosterone. So that is the dietary, okay? That is the dietary habits. Number 2 is lack of physical activity. Why? Men who lead a sedentary life might face lower testosterone levels compared to those who are active. Why? Because it's been shown that if you're active, you're going to have better testosterone. On average, right? There are irregularities. A better mood, which again, we're going to get to that next point, which will improve your testosterone or can. Don't want to make any definites. And increase muscle mass. So check it out. Usually people who aren't active, they get fat. And being fat definitely messes with your hormones in a negative way. Raises estrogen, lowers testosterone. So exercise and diet keeps you from being fat. Being fat basically makes men into women. You start growing boobs and all that stuff. Basically, don't be a bee. Notice I'm not cursing anymore, guys. You got to be proud of me here. Overtraining. So while lack of activity is terrible, too much exercise, excessive and prolonged training without proper rest can negatively impact testosterone levels. So as much as you need to train, especially if you're not adequately nourished with food. And again, this is going to be the next one. The third point brings this all together, right? If you're not balancing everything, you're not getting adequate rest, you're not getting adequate nutrition, you're training too hard, overreaching, running too much, lifting too much, too often, not recovering, that can also, so it's a balance. While inactivity is bad, too much activity is bad. However, I will state this. I've been doing this a long time. I've been in this business since 1997. That's right. I started in it when I was 1 year old. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 43 years old. I've been doing this since 17 years old. I started working at gyms, okay? I've only seen maybe one or two people in my life train to the point of overtraining. And usually that was checked by rhabdomyolysis, which is basically, it was popularized in CrossFit. Your kidneys basically shut down in a way. So if you're not getting rhabdo, you're probably not overtraining. But if you do overreach, do a lot of endurance activities, it is possible that you might reach a level where testosterone starts dropping. However, I would say the risk of exercising too much is better than being fat. Being fat is a death sentence. Don't be fat. Unfat yourself. This is the third one, not related to diet, not related to exercise, but every single one of these ties in together. And that is chronic stress. Now, before I get into chronic stress, I just want you guys to know we have MTS Nutrition birthday cake back in stock. We have MTS Nutrition blueberry muffin back in stock at tigerfitness.com. You know what? I'm going to think of a coupon code I'm going to give you a deal. I'm going to give you 20% off MTS Whey from this video. Coupon code is, let me think of a coupon code. Hold on. Video is about, coupon code is Whey Test. WHEYTEST, Whey Test. I'm actually going to write that down for myself because I'm literally just, I wasn't even going to do this. I'm just making this up right now. Coupon code is Whey Test. That's how gangster I am. How about how gangster I am? I just make coupon codes. Okay, so chronic stress, what does that do? Well, elevated cortisol levels. Chronic stress leads to prolonged elevation of the hormone cortisol. High cortisol levels can reduce testosterone levels as the body shifts its focus from reproductive functions to immediate survival during stressful conditions. Let me explain. If you're chasing a woolly mammoth, so I leave my wife, right? She's in the cave and I'm like, Katie, y'all and the kids are hungry and the kids are out playing. They're throwing rocks or whatever they did back then. You know, they're playing in a creek. Okay, so I go to the cave and I'm like, Katie, I know y'all are hungry. I'm going to go out and I'm going to go hunt a woolly mammoth. But Katie's sitting back wearing that robe she has that's thin, her hair's in a ponytail, she has glasses on, and I find that extremely hot. And I'm like, I'm in sexual mode. I'm like, yes, I want to have sex with my wife. But she's like, hey, we can't have sex because you got to go hunt a woolly mammoth. I'm like, all right, I got you. So I go out, and I'm fully aroused, right? Fully aroused, but then I'm hunting, right? And I'm hunting a woolly mammoth. And the woolly mammoth starts charging at me. And I have my spear, right? I'm right here in my spear. And I go to throw, and I'm thinking, at that point, I'm not thinking about getting an erection. I'm thinking about this woolly mammoth spearing me with his tusks. I'm thinking of the woolly mammoth just ramming me with that thing. And woolly mammoth weighs like 3,000 pounds, right? So I'm like, So at that point, my cortisol's up. I'm not getting a boner. And I'm thinking about killing that woolly mammoth. I get back to the cave. Walk in there, dragging the 3,000-pound woolly mammoth with my bulging biceps. And at that point, I'm like, now before we can feast on this giant beast of a woolly mammoth, at that point, I'm able to get an erection again. There you go. Congratulations. You're welcome. I just explained it all to you. And this is the main thing. This can be its own number 4, but I thought 3 was more catchy for a title. Disrupted sleep patterns. Sleep is life. Sleep is so important that the American Heart Association literally puts lack of sleep as a factor for you dying of a heart attack. Dead serious, no pun intended. Chronic stress can also lead to sleep disturbances. Adequate sleep is crucial for testosterone production as the majority of testosterone increase is released during sleep. Men who consistently get fewer than 5 hours of sleep might see a decrease in their testosterone. Boom. What can I say? All right, guys, look. Now, there's no reason why a young man who is healthy, who doesn't have any health effects, should have to go on TRT. If you're getting older, yeah, things happen, right? But I've seen guys 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 with testosterone levels above 700, 800, sometimes 1,000. Unless you're like me and you destroy your body through too much work and too much stress, then you're going to be in a good place. Okay, but if you are older, your test is really low, these things might not really help you that much. That's when you do call, Hormone Health and Wellness and click on their link. And again, I don't get paid by them. I do not get paid. I just really like what they do. And people ask me where to get HRT. That's who I recommend at the moment, of course. That's who I recommend for the last since 2017. However, guys, if you are a natty and you want to optimize your life and your testosterone, and even if you're on TRT, these things I just told you about, they will make you a better person and they will help you live a better life. Speaking of better life, remember MTS Way, and I'm giving you a deal on every flavor. It doesn't have to be these. The coupon code is WAYTEST for 20% off MTS Way, any flavor, but I highly, highly, highly suggest you try these two. 2-pounder, very little investment, but if you know you love something like the PB Cooks, peanut butter cookies and cream or red velvet, buy that too. Anyways, guys, please go and support tigerfitness.com. We need it because we have employees, we have buildings, and we want to be the best there is. And to be the best there is, well, we need your support. And of course, this channel, again, whatever you're watching on, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Spotify, whether it's YouTube, be sure to do whatever that platform does. Like, subscribe, do everything you can, and share this. Share this with everybody. Share this with your mom. Share this with your dad. Share this with everybody. Because I do my best to give you guys the best info. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game. I used to have to go through dozens of bottles of vitamins, of supplements, just to get what I need. Look, I'm busy. I'm running multiple businesses. I'm coaching. I'm a professional bodybuilder, getting ready for my first pro show. I don't have time to sit there and do all that. I gotta go. I'm on the go all the time. That is why I created MTS Nutrition Immortal. Here's how they look. This replaces dozens of bottles of supplements. So let me tell you exactly what this has. It has probiotics, greens, liver detox, joint support, cardiovascular support, and the most complete multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement ever created. If you have a busy life or you simply want more time to do the things you love and be able to travel by just taking one simple little pack with you, Immortal's for you.